Welcome to my channel Beat the Math. I am Pavitra Munnayak. I need to discuss the continuity of a function. The question is given: examine the continuity of the function This is the question of element of mathematics, exercise 7a, question 1, bit 2. The question is given: f of x is equal to sin 2x by x if x not equal to 0, f of x is equal to 2 if x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0. In this question, the question is given f of 0 is equal to 2, given at x is equal to 0, f of x is equal to 2, that is f of 0 is equal to 2. Limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0 sin 2x by x is equal to limit x tends to 0 sin 2x by 2x into 2. I have multiplied 2 in numerator and divide 2 in denominator. Then I can write 2 into limit x tends to 0 sin 2x by 2x. You know that limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1. When x tends to 0, 2x tends to also 0. When x tends to 0, 2x tends to 0. Okay, so this is equal to 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Here limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to f of 0. Therefore the function is continuous at x is equal to 0. You see the next question, element of mathematics, question 1, bit 4. In question 1, bit 4, the question is given: examine the continuity of the function. The question is f of x is equal to x sin 1 by x if x not equal to 0, f of x is equal to 0 if x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 0. Given f of 0 is equal to 0, you see at x equal to 0, f of x equal to 0. Given f of 0 is equal to 0, limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0, x sin 1 by x. Now you put 1 by x is equal to y. That means x is equal to 1 by y when x tends to 0, y tends to infinite. Here limit y tends to infinite. In place of x I can write 1 by y sin y, because I have taken 1 by x is equal to y, is equal to you see, but we know that minus 1 lesser equal to sin y lesser equal to 1. The function sin x which lies between minus 1 to 1, that is minus 1 lesser equal to sin y lesser equal to 1, implies minus 1 by y divided with y, minus 1 by y sin y by y lesser equal to 1 by y. Taking limit y tends to infinity, limit y tends to infinity, minus 1 by y lesser equal to limit y tends to infinity sin y by y lesser equal to limit y tends to infinity 1 by y. You see, minus 1 is a constant, y is infinite. Any constant by infinity is equal to 0. So this becomes 0 lesser equal to limit y tends to infinite sin y by y lesser equal to, this is also 0 because 1 is a constant and y tends to infinite, 1 by infinity equal to 0, implies limit y tends to infinite sin y by y is equal to 0. Why this is 0? You see, y tends to infinite, sin y is a value which lies between minus 1 to 1, that is some constant by infinity is equal to 0. Therefore limit x tends to 0 f of x is equal to 0. Therefore limit x tends to 0 x sin 1 by x is equal to limit y tends to infinite sin y by y is equal to 0. Limit x tends to infinite f of x is equal to f of 0. Therefore the function is continuous at x is equal to 0. Pause the video and note it down. If you like the video, for further notification please like, share and subscribe.